Before I start, I would humbly want to introduce some of my colleagues here with me. Chairman, Management Committee of the Computer Institute, in person of Mr. Fani Ibeyoku, is here, right seated with me here. He's the Chairman, Management Committee of this institute. Also with me standing in my front right here is Emmanuel Fasoni. Was our past graduates, started with us with desktop publishing, graphic web designing. Today is one of our leading managing editors of the organization media crew known as OneVoiceTV News. Mr. Babatunde Keshiro is one of our instructors here and is the one saddled with the responsibility of handling and managing our YouTube channel. Through him, we developed this YouTube channel and is the one in charge managing the YouTube channel. He's the instructor on graphic desktop. He's a content creator. He handles our social media content platform, film institutes and every other thing. His name is Babatunde Keshiro. Please give him a round of applause. So right over there is Mr. Usman Hafiz Olayinka. I normally refers to him as Olukwagba. Why do I refer to him as Olukwagba? It's because he was our pioneer instructors. When we started then, it was this guy. In 2006, 2007 to be precise, he was the pioneer instructors of this great institute. He was the one that started with us then. I remembered it got to a point. This guy got an admission into Polytechnic, and he was convincing between going for that admission and leaving what he's doing here. And he came to me that I'm convinced. And I told him, and at the end of the day, he came back to tell me that he won't be going and he will want to stay by taking on our children on the IT training. He's our instructors on web development, Python programming, web design. Please join me to welcome Usman Hafiz Olukwagba. My own humble name remains Olabode Oluwasegun Medale. I'm the one they still allow to share the affairs of this organization. So good morning and welcome everybody. So briefly, what brings us to this area of operating or organizing a computer systems for our teaming youth? Was this really the intentions of the organizations when it started in 2006? What originated? What brings people of like minds together then, before we now later find ourselves in what we are doing here today? Our organization was formed far back 2006. We start as a movement. Movement means a body of group of people coming together to agitate for the development of their environment. That was what informed the origin of the formation of OIPA movement far back in 2006. The original name was Movement OIPA, but it got to OIPA when it was about to be registered with CAC, and that was when we were told movement will not be allowed except we accept association. So it later got to be an association in 2009. That was when we become officially registered. So in the course of this documentary, our children, whenever they join up with us, we give a special day for orientation class, and this is what we tell them. Why are we telling them this? Because there is this need for them to know our pain, our sacrifice, and why we offer what we are offering. Because there is an adage in Yoruba, we are not into business whereby we say we don't know the value of money. No, our is different. Because if it is pure business minded, we would have attracted what others charges for computer education. But we are a movement. We are more or less a non-governmental organization, a body that is saddled with humanity. So this is whom we are. And owing to the background that we started with the community development in terms of infrastructures far back then in 2000, because we faced government of the day and it came with a price. The price that it came with was that we were later attacked, we were later arrested, we were later taken to stations. From Orile Gomo police stations, we were taken to Area B police station because government officials felt they need to nail us and bring us down because they felt maybe probably we were competing with them. That is their own mindset there. But The struggle went far beyond that, because when they stopped at Area B, we also petitioned them to Panti. From Panti, we took them to Zones 2, where they put on an undertakings that nothing will happen to our member. And I want us to pay certain attention to the documentary, because it's not just ordinary documentary. It is a documentary that came in form of a prophecy, because most of the things that were said in those documentary then are now emanating in the lives of our children, in the life of the organizations, and the life of the community. So it's not just an ordinary documentary. It comes with a message, most especially the message that came from the BOT chairman of the organizations who we met in the course of struggle. The message that came through the former managing director of Pharmaceutical Nigeria Limited, Chief Kate Richard. He said some things that inspires a lot, and these are one of the gospel we preaches to some of our children that are joining us. He said, with technology has no barrier. Technology has no limitation. He makes mention of something like that. He mentioned Bill Gates. He mentioned the guys that did Apple. He mentioned Facebook, that who are their fathers. Which means these guys are not citizens in America or in Europe, let's put it that way. But out of their creativities, they were able to invent what the global world today are keen into, and which is what? Technology. He said technology has no barrier, but yeah, before a child can arise to become somebody in Nigeria, you have to be son of one senator, governor, Oba. This is the crusade OIPA is preaching among us, among our children, that you don't need to wait for anybody to take you or make you to be. You can be the turning point around of your family if you have or you know what you are doing. Single-handedly, you can turn the situation of your family around. So here in OIPA, we don't listen to a story that my parents are not rich, my parents are poor. If your parents are poor, must you be poor? You must not be poor. Someone must change the narrative of a family. And we believe with technology, which has no barrier, any child that keys into it, from nobody you can become what? Somebody. And not just ordinary body. You can become a great personality in the world that everybody will look onto. And this is the crusade OIPA is preaching among what? Our youth. You can see from the first documentary, I told us, we did not just start or wake up to train computer. We started up more or less radically. We are fighting government. We are writing petition against them. That Orile Gomu community, as big as it is, and Orile Gomu was the only community that was looked upon in terms of infrastructural development. This was the burning desires of those guys. We that came out in 2005 that we will have to come together and stop this narrative. Government cannot continue to play on our intelligence to rip off of all our benefit taken into Aguda, while Orile Gomu remains in the shadow of infrastructural decade. So the struggle, it comes with a lot of pain. I told us we were arrested at a point, we were labeled, we were tagged with different names, but we never give up. And at the end of the day, when we started, we also petitioned them from Panti to Zone 2, and they put up an undertaking that our life is secure. So when we felt that, okay, we've achieved something in the area of development, then the idea came through one of our members that we can do more on our own. And what can we do? We said we can organize and arrange free computer for our youth. The barrister Casey Omosefe, we talk more of today. We know him through petition. He was a radical lawyer who also write petitions on, his own petition was in national dailies, also calling government attention to the deplorable state of Orile Gomu community. So when we heard that someone that lived in Erikmo here dead is after my community, we invited him to give him an award. That was what bring us together. We never knew him from Adam. So he came here on that award day. We gave him the award and he went. So when the 4th day, he called us. I said it in the documentary. He invited us to his office in Apapa. It was when we got to Apapa, we know his word. He now asked, who are you guys? why are you doing what you are doing? And we told him, we never lied to him because our struggle started more or less politically motivated. After we narrate to him, he said, they will fight us. You can't be in one system and be fighting that system. He said what we are doing is more or less of a non-governmental, that he would advise we share politics and face this struggle. And he asked if we are registered. We said no, he was the one that registered the organization. And since then, we become a registered organization, and he happens to be the board of trustee chairman. So, my dear parents, guidance, me standing before you, the opportunity we gave to our children and every one of my member, I never had it during my own time. Probably if I had it, I might not be in Nigeria now. We never had it. But we believe what we are doing is service to humanity, and it's not in vain. Because in every facet of our lives, God has always been there for us. It's not easy to start up a project in 2005, still running to date. It is not us, it is God's grace. If not for the likes of Promasido Nigeria Limited that first came and donated some system to us, Kinabuti came on board through Barrister Kingsley Omose. Kinabuti linked up to other company agencies. The laptop we see here was donated by BAS West Africa, whom we are introduced to by Kinabuti Empowerment Initiative. Jotna, currently, that is taking charge of tokens of our instructors, the rent we paid here, and every other thing is through Francesca Kinabuti of Rossetti, of Kinabuti Empowerment Initiatives. Chief Kate Richard was honored by Queen of England with OBE. OBE means Orders of British Empire, the highest rank of honor in England. That man you saw in the video, he later rose from nothing to become something in life. And that is why that man is very much passionate about human being. He never give a damn. He break protocols while he was the MD of Promasido. If he's coming to any of our occasions, if the security guys are trying to push up, he wants them to go away. That these are my people. Because he has tasted poverty from his own background in UK. And we can see the traces in him when he was in Nigeria. He was so passionate. He loved OIPA. He loved what we are doing, and he loved the kids. He was the one that gave the company vehicles to us a pickup. We run a newsprint known as One Voice in the past that we share to the community. It is this company that paid for that publications monthly that we give out freely. His parents have nothing. They have nothing. What they have was just a room and a kitchen. A room and a kitchen. A room and a kitchen. And it refers to that room and kitchen as what in Nigeria? Face me, I face you. It refers to it as face me, I face you. That was the parents that produced Chief Kate Richard. Do you know the worth of Kate Richard before he left Promasido Nigeria Limited? Any journey that will lead to greater heights must have its own pain. And it is this pain most of our young ones are trying to shove or hide away from. So please, as parents, we invited you here to be our partner in our directions. You can see from this set, we have started with a lot of other seminars on Saturday. We want to appreciate the parents that releases their child for those Saturday orientation classes. These things goes long way in their memory.
Ó ní àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ kan tó yẹ pé ìwọ̀nba ni ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn òbí mọ̀. Tó yẹ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ní ìdí pé wọ́n ní láti kọ́ lẹ́nu ará àtà lẹ́nu àwọn abá lẹ́nu àwọn ará wọn. OIPA is not just an computer school, it's not just an ordinary computer school. We are an institute that is saddled with the responsibility of impacting the life of our children positively. And I believe that the kind of source you get connected to determine the kind of person you are. Now, if you connect to a positive source, it impacts your life positively. That's why we take it upon ourselves to, guide our children. Apart from the fact that we are teaching them computer, there are some things that we tell them on a daily basis to always remind them of the kind of person that they are. At the same time, to separate them from other children in the community so that they will not go and become what we are not planning for them to become in the period of that time frame that they will be spending with us.
Here we are. We want to take some reactions from some of our parents. If it is prayer, we will appreciate it. If it is word of encouragement, we would appreciate it, because we can't be perfect 100%. We want to hear you out. We want to hear from you before I give our final verdict.
Ọlọ́run ọba lọ́jọ́ iná máa bá wa ràn yín lọ́wọ́. Àtẹ̀yìnwá tẹ́tí ń bọ̀ tá à ń dúpẹ́ tá a rí gbogbo ẹ̀ka dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Kò ní pín síbí ìbálágbára Ọlọ́run. A dẹ̀ tún dúpẹ́ pé ẹ dá ẹ̀kọ́ yìí kalẹ̀ lẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ. Mo really appreciate gan torí pé ọmọ mi náà ó gbọ́ lẹ́nu colleague ẹ̀kọ́ náà ni. Ó dẹ̀ ń wá síbẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ rí improvement. Kò lè ṣe kó má jẹ́ lẹ́nu. A really dúpẹ́ gan. A ti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé nǹkan tó dáa ló ń sọ ń pa ẹ̀. Kò sọ nǹkan míì tí ò dáa. So ọlá túbọ̀ bá wa ràn yín lọ́wọ́ jù báyìí lọ, and ọlá jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ náà ṣàṣeyọrí. Gbogbo àwọn tó ti ṣàṣeyọrí látẹ̀yìnwá wọn kò ní bàjẹ́ fún wọn lásìkò yìí. Àwọn tí wọn náà wá kó wọn ní ti dáadáa. Ọlá láwùláwà lákòówátá ìlàbílà ìlà. So more blessing to you all, more blessing, more progress.
I did my desktop publishing program here, and it was one of the great stepping stones that I have today, because benefiting from this program then has really helped me up till now, because presently where I'm working is what I've learned here that I'm using as my position over there. And also I would like to encourage all our parents more that OIPA is not just computer alone. They have a lot of programs they do. They do poverty alleviation programs. They do empowerment programs as well. Because I have benefited a lot from this association. There's a time during the COVID, this our mommy, Mrs. Francesca, she did a lot of things for people in the community. I can remember vividly, she stretched hands to a lot of people in the community, with foodstuffs and financial assistance to a lot of people. So I really say kudos to the management of OIPA and also the people that assist them in order to be able to continue the program. So that's just my word of encouragement.
I'm impressed. I'm very happy that the way they're teaching him is understanding, and by the grace of God, God will help him and will move forward. I'm pleading the parents to allow the children to start coming here. They will learn more.
Mo tiẹ̀ mọ bí tán lójú kọ̀ǹpútà kan. Mo ò mọ open doublet pé máa tẹ̀lé mo fẹ́ pẹ̀sẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ọ̀rẹ́ náà ló kàn sọ fún mi ní church pé báyìí báyìí. Àgbẹ̀lọ́lúwa ṣé báwo wà ní ọmọ mi náà? Yes, mommy, I will go. Mommy, you will go. How do you want to make it? Say, mommy, let me reach there first. Mo dẹ̀ wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé ọwọ́ bíi oṣù kan àti díẹ̀ tó ṣì wá síbí. Ó máa tún máa sọ fún mi, my mommy, buy my own system for me. Everybody has his phone. Mo ní owó lọ́tọ̀ ń ṣe nǹkan kékeré níbo mo ti fẹ́ rí èmi ò lágbára èyí tí wọ́n ń lò nílẹ̀ yẹn náà ẹ̀jọ̀ lọ́mọ máa ń lè jẹ́. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Àti mo wá ń da bàbá ẹ̀ láàmú, bàbá ẹ̀ ṣára ó gbé fún gan, ó tún gbé wálé ní my mommy this mo pé bàbá báwo la ṣe máa ṣe wọ́n direct ni mo rí sí. Òun náà ti mọ bó ṣe ń ṣe fúnra rẹ̀ sí. Tó bá ń ṣe máa kọ́ dúró báyìí máa máa wò. But mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé nǹkan tó ń kọ́ wọn Ọlọ́run fi yé wọn. Àwọn náà tó dẹ̀ ń kọ́ wọn wọn ò ṣì wọ́n darí. Mo wá gbàdúrà fún yín pé ní orúkọ Jésù ẹ̀mí ọgbọ́n ẹ̀mí ìmẹ̀mí òye ẹ̀mí títayọ tẹ́ fi kó wọn délẹ̀ lérí Ọlọ́run á bá mi fi fún yín. Àwọn ọmọ tí náà gbogbo ibi tó bá fẹsẹ̀ tẹ̀ wá máa ráàánú gbà. Ìbànújẹ́ ó kéré ó tóbi kò wá ní bá yín. Àwa náà ta sì jóbi lórí wọn náà Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa jèrè wọn. Ẹ ní ṣìṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ jẹ́ kán wúlò fún yín. Wọ́n á jẹ́ ọmọ tó máa sanjọ́ lẹ́yìn náà ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ ní ṣe lásán lágbára Ọlọ́run.
When my son came up with this issue that his friend is attending a computer lesson, when I went to the portal, I filled it. It talks about Saturday classes, and he came back with liquid soap. I don't know if the other children do. And other things they used to do. I allowed him. I said, what is this? That is why I insisted I would be here today. Let me know what this computer is all about. And each day I comes back from work, I will see he has used my system, his draft that they used to play. My son will create drafts. He will create a lot of things. I was like, And he's insisting that we buy him a upgraded laptop because mine is still Windows 7. He's talking about Windows 10 or 11. I don't know how to appreciate it, but for my son, he has learned it. And he's even insisting of doing more graphic Python. He's talking about so many that I've not even heard of. I don't know how to. I say God will come true for you people.
My name is Abubakar Ahmed. I'm one of the beneficiaries of OIPA Computer Institute. I would say I'm thankful to the president because when I came into OIPA, I was working as an SSC student. You know, I looking for money, so I came to meet him that, sir, I want to join. He said something I will not forget. He said, join now or pay later. And thanks to my instructor over there, he usually says something. If you don't pay attention now, you also pay later. So then I was this kind of free person. I just come to the institute. Then sometimes I even skip work. I will be here from morning till night. And thanks to OIPA, I'm always grateful. I wanted to say this that OIPA gave me my first million without doing fraudulent activity. So from then I make sure that all my downline siblings they came to this place to come and learn. And when my last born was up to it, she was like, brother, if you tell me I said, I said, don't worry, just call this number, talk to this side, and everything is going to work fine. And today she's here and she's learning. So I want to thank OIPA for doing this and upgrading, because there's a difference between doing it and upgrading us.
But going by what I'm seeing here today, I didn't know this man is a great man. If this man was a greedy person, with all we have seen here today, I think this man should be dead in the But I used to see him, but they don't know me. I've not seen him with a car. I don't know whether he has one anyway. It's an offense. But what I just want to say is that, sir, the work you are doing, it is God that gives you. It's not everybody that can do teaching work. There are some people you pay them in millions, they cannot impact on children. But with what the testimony that almost everybody has given in this place, and the one we have watched here, it is the grace of God. My prayer is that God will continue to increase that grace upon your life and all the crew members in this place in Jesus' name. Amen. With the labor that people are laboring today, I pray that God will not forget each and every one of you in Jesus' name. Amen. In this life, I've also learned, if God wants to bless you, it's not if God wants to make you a landlord, it's not until you use your money to buy block and build a house and become a landlord. God can touch somebody and say, sir, you want to touch my life, please manage this building. That is what will happen to each and every one of you here in Jesus. God bless you, sir. God will continue to increase you in wisdom in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much.
Igunu ko